Hello everyone and welcome. This presentation analyzes ESP syllabus design and the importance of selecting the right approach for different contexts. We explore four major approaches: skills-based syllabus, task-based syllabus, content-based syllabus, genre-based syllabus. We will discuss how course designers choose among them for business, medical, engineering, aviation, and academic English. By the end, you'll understand how these choices shape course relevance, quality, and real learning outcomes. In English for Specific Purposes, ESP, we design courses based on specific learner needs, professional goals, academic demands, and communicative situations. This means the syllabus becomes a strategic tool. It helps us answer key questions such as: what should learners learn? Why do they need it? How should it be taught? And which syllabus approach best fits a particular ESP context? Why syllabus design matters in ESP. In general English, the syllabus may follow a broad progression of grammar, vocabulary, and communication skills. But in ESP, that is often not enough. ESP courses must align with learners' needs, workplace or academic demands, time constraints, institutional expectations, assessment goals, real communication tasks. A poorly designed syllabus may teach language that is correct but irrelevant. For example, teaching casual holiday conversations in an English for aviation course would not serve learners' real needs. ESP learners usually have limited time, clear goals, immediate practical needs. A well-designed ESP syllabus ensures relevance, efficiency, motivation, and transfer to real-life communication. So, language learning is directly connected to target situations. This is why syllabus design becomes especially important. What is a syllabus in ESP? A syllabus is more than a list of topics. It is an organized framework for the course. The ESP syllabus is a plan for what will be taught, in what sequence, through which methods or activities, and toward which learning outcomes. An ESP syllabus is often informed by needs analysis, target situation analysis, present situation analysis, discourse analysis, genre analysis. In ESP, syllabus design is usually informed by needs analysis, which identifies what learners need English for, what can they already do, what gaps exist, and what contexts will they use English in. This is why ESP syllabi are often more specialized, more practical, and more context-sensitive than general language syllabi. Main ESP syllabus approaches. Four main influential approaches are widely used in ESP. Each approach answers a different question. Skills-based, which language skills are needed. Task-based, which real-world tasks must learners perform. Content-based, which subject matter should learners engage with. Genre-based, which text types and communicative conventions must learners master. These approaches are not always separate in practice. In many ESP programs, they are combined. 1. Skills-based syllabus. A skills-based syllabus focuses on the language skills learners need in specific contexts. It organizes teaching around language skills and sub-skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking, and sub-skills such as scanning, note-taking, summarizing, interpreting graphs, listening for key information, presenting findings. This approach is especially common when learners need to develop competence in one or more macro skills, such as reading academic texts, writing reports, listening to lectures, participating in professional discussions. In ESP, this often means not just teaching broad skills, but also specific sub-skills. For instance, medical students may need to listen for symptoms and instructions. Business professionals may need note-taking and presentation skills. Researchers may need to summarize and synthesize sources. Example of skills-based ESP. A good example of a skills-based ESP syllabus is English for Academic Purposes, or EAP. Here, the course may be organized according to the key academic skills students need. Reading academic articles, listening to lectures, taking notes, writing essays or abstracts, participating in seminars, and giving presentations. The focus is on performance in academic contexts, not on teaching language items in isolation. 2. Task-based syllabus. A task-based syllabus is organized around meaningful tasks rather than isolated language forms or skills. It focuses on real-world tasks learners need to perform. For example, writing an email to a client, taking a patient history, giving a project update, conducting a meeting, handling a customer complaint, completing an incident report. A task is an activity with a communicative purpose and an outcome. In ESP, these tasks are often closely related to the learner's target workplace or academic setting. For example, in business English, learners may negotiate prices or write proposals. In nursing English, they may take a patient history or explain a procedure. In engineering English, they may describe a design problem or report test results. This approach emphasizes doing, not just knowing. Example of task-based ESP. In business ESP, a task-based syllabus is often highly effective. Possible tasks include introducing a product to a client, leading a team meeting, negotiating a deadline, writing a follow-up email, responding to complaints, presenting quarterly results. Learners usually find this approach motivating because they can clearly see the relevance to their real work. 3. Content-based syllabus. A content-based syllabus uses subject matter as the organizing principle. Learners develop English while studying content that is directly relevant to their academic or professional field. Classroom practices focus on subject matter or disciplinary content. For example, medicine, engineering, law, business, tourism, environmental science. In this approach, language is not taught as an isolated system. Instead, learners acquire it while engaging with meaningful and relevant content. For example, medical students may study anatomy, diagnosis, or patient care in English. Engineering students may work with technical processes and design concepts. Business students may discuss marketing, finance, and management topics. This approach is especially useful when learners need to function in English medium academic or professional environments. Example of content-based ESP. In English for engineering, instead of organizing the syllabus around grammar points, the course might be organized around topics like materials and properties, manufacturing processes, technical specifications, safety procedures, sustainable design, project management. Students would read texts, discuss problems, interpret diagrams, and write short technical descriptions, all while learning the language of engineering through engineering content. 4. Genre-based syllabus. A genre-based syllabus focuses on the specific text, types and communicative conventions used in a discipline or profession. It focuses on the genres learners need to understand or produce. Examples of genres include research articles, lab reports, case reports, business emails, proposals, patient records, legal briefs. A genre is not just a text form. It is a socially recognized way of using language to achieve a purpose in a specific context. For example, a lab report has a typical structure and style. A business email follows certain professional expectations. A research article uses discipline-specific rhetorical patterns. A medical case report has a clear conventional format. Genre-based teaching helps learners understand how communication is organized in real communities of practice. Example of genre-based ESP. In English for medical professionals, a genre-based syllabus may focus on genres such as referral letters, patient case notes, discharge summaries, case presentations, and research abstracts. Learners are taught not only vocabulary and grammar, but also the structure of each text, the communicative purpose, the typical language features, the expected tone, and the audience's expectations. This is especially useful when learners need to produce formal professional or academic texts. Comparing the four approaches. This table gives a quick comparison. Each approach has a different organizing principle. Skills, tasks, content, or genres. Each one can be highly effective depending on the context, the learners, and the goals of the course. Accordingly, there is no single best syllabus for all ESP contexts. How do we choose the right approach? The choice of syllabus approach should always come from the context, not from fashion. Selection depends on learner needs, target context, proficiency level, course duration, institutional goals, teacher expertise, assessment requirements, available materials. To choose appropriately, we need to ask: what will learners actually do with English? Are they preparing for study, work, or both? Do they need to understand content, complete tasks, or produce specific genres? Are they beginners or advanced learners? Is the course short and intensive, or long and broad? The answers to these questions guide syllabus design. Syllabus design in ESP is far more than a technical checklist. It's a strategic and pedagogical commitment to preparing learners for authentic communication in the real contexts where they will study, work, or operate. When we design with purpose, we choose the syllabus type that best matches the language demands learners will face. A skills-based syllabus supports focused development of particular competencies. A task-based syllabus builds real-world performance through action and problem-solving. A content-based syllabus strengthens language by connecting it to meaningful disciplinary knowledge. A genre-based syllabus helps learners master the communicative conventions that govern professional and academic texts. The most effective ESP syllabus is not the one that looks most sophisticated, it's the one that fits learners' goals, their learning context, and the communication needs they will face in the future.